Yeah, we need to see the screen.
Alright, I'm gonna assume that we are back, as we are. And we're about to broadcast the top 4 match, which will be played between Melvin K, Asia Pacific's #1 player, and Pham An, who's here to try and spoil the Masters Day.
I believe this is Pham An's, is it second or third time top cutting?
This year, second. Over the entire round of PC since last year will be third time. That's the thing about whenever Pham An has gone to top 4, he wins the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
I believe the last time he actually played Melvin in the final.
Yeah.
And then I think both of them had Kyogre and Xerneas, and Pham An had faster Kyogre and faster Xerneas.
So let's see what Pham An has to bring. Okay, Melvin is running a
Pham An is running with Salamence, Talonflame, Smeargle, Ferrothorn, Kyogre, and Xerneas.
And Melvin seems to be running a pretty standard team. Except that you have the Togekiss and you have the Among Us. On top of that, you have the usual Zernsmear and Groudon Kangaskhan.
Right, so Melvin running a team that become very kind of expected from him already this year. The support mon, the Togekiss, the Among Us, even the Smeargle, which I suppose it's interesting if both of them are running Scarf Smeargle, as I kind of suspect they are.
I know Melvin actually favors the Scarf Smeargle.
Yeah, so does Pham An, so this could get very interesting. Since you assume both of them running team in max speed, and in that case it's gonna be who can
there's actually a chance of a mirror match with a Zen Smeargle double lead.
In which case really whoever wins down by speed like can kinda take the game. Unless one of them carries Scarf's Crafty Shield.
Scarf Crafty Shield. Of course there's the option of Scarf Fake Out.
That's true. But again it's a speed tie though, if both of them go for it. I'm not sure
we are into it now.
Yep, Pham An will take. Are we gonna see a double Smeargle Xerneas lead? Is the question we kind of want to know.
So
Melvin comes out with Kangaskhan Togekiss,
and
Pham An will lead with
Smeargle and Talonflame. I believe that's a Quick Guts Talonflame and a Scarf Smeargle.
But again, you expect the Togekiss to be Lumberry as well, and able to set up Tailwind. So I think Melvin doesn't really want Tailwind on Togekiss.
The problem is the Kangaskhan might not have Protect, so even if you have a Lumberry to stop the Dark Void and be able to get up the Thunder Wave, or
it's just like one dead slot.
Yeah.
And if Kangaskhan goes for Fake Out, then he doesn't even take a turn of sleep.
But the most obvious play obviously for Pham An is just to go for Quick Guard and Dark Void.
Yeah. Most switches, so can't expect that to play out. So whether or not Melvin goes for the Fake Out, which will be blocked and negate a potential sleep turn. Oh, Togekiss reduced Magic Code.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Quick Guard. Yes, we do see Quick Guard come out. I think we are going to see the Dark Void get bounced.
So let's see if it...
Dark Void will go into Magic Code. Does it hit Kangaskhan is the question. Oh, we've seen the animation, so it's going to hit Kangaskhan. Yes, it does hit Kangaskhan, but it's going to bounce here.
Yeah. So we see a Dark Void Togekiss.
And you're going to land on at least one as well. And neither of Pham An's Pokemon will take a turn of sleep this turn.
Oh!
Smeargle does avoid.
Smeargle does avoid.
But that's kind of the less important one here.
It really depends because it's now locked into Dark Void.
Yes, and Talonflame hasn't taken his turn of sleep.
Oh, it's a Moody Scarf. It's a Moody Scarf. That's pretty
daring.
Yeah. Because normally when you run a Scarf, you want to make it have own tempo to block Swagger.
Yes, and you really don't want to lower your speed at any point.
Unless you want to play around the evasion hacks.
But without Follow Me, it's not as abusable.
True.
So Pham An in a very awkward position here. Talonflame hasn't taken a turn of sleep. Smeargle locked into Dark Void. Chooses to switch here, Kyogre will come in. And Kangaskhan potentially could wake up this turn.
The question is, does Melvin just go for another Magic Code? Or does he predict the switch out?
I suppose Magic Code is of less value for Melvin since he only bounces onto one target. Which is going to be Tailwind anyway because he's locked into Dark Void.
True.
I think
but having a sleeping Smeargle rather than because there's an option of him bringing his Smeargle back in.
Yes, and his Scarf.
I
suppose Melvin could change that with the Tailwind here. Oh, he does go for Thunder Wave into the Kyogre slot.
Onto Kyogre.
Yeah, he definitely predicted a switch there. So Melvin calling Pham An switch, Kyogre is going to be paralyzed. Probably slower than Kangaskhan anyway. But it does mean that even with Tailwind coming out from Pham An, Kyogre is not going to be of much use. Let's go for Brave Bird into the Kangaskhan, I suspect.
And Kangaskhan has taken two turns of sleep here. So
very high chance he's going to wake. There is a high chance of waking up this turn. Oh, but he does take a full 3 turns of sleep here. Melvin not getting the run of it.
But
Can Farman fight through the hex? Oh, he does. What does Farman go off through the S-Slash and Thunder Wave paralysis? Pick off the Kangaskhan, who did not get to move at all this battle. Very unfortunate for Melvin here. And he also reduced his total hits to Citrus Berry and not Lumberry. Though again, I don't think that Farman wants to double into it anymore.
And if you're running Magical, there's really no point running a Lumberry actually.
Yeah, definitely.
So now we have a Groudon. Groudon is actually faster than Kyogre now.
And it doesn't really have much to fear from
You still have a... The Talonflame can probably just get rid of the Togekiss this turn. Just to prevent the S-Slash, Thunder Wave.
Yeah, Flare Blitz in the sun is more than enough to KO him at this point.
I think even Brave Bird will kill it at this range.
I suppose he wants to be safe. Kyogre, actually stays in. Flare Blitz in the sun, he's going to pick up the KO on the Togekiss. But Kyogre is going to stay in, though now he has a high chance of moving without the threat of S-Slash.
But he can't just use Water Spout because
yeah, if he stays in here, I think he pretty much has to be using Ice Beam.
So it's a Rock Slide. Okay, Talonflame is dead. Then there's a chance of flinch.
And Melvin's going to try to flinch Kyogre once again. Does he have better luck with 30% instead of 60%? Oh, he does not. Melvin not getting the flinches.
So Ice Beam will take up about 30%, I would say.
More than that.
40%.
Probably a fast Groudon or
actually, a fast Groudon will actually be, I believe it's a 2-hit KO if it's a...
Probably somewhere in the middle.
But we do have the Smeargle back in, so... Double is going to come off again and...
Melvin really needs a miss here, I would think. A miss on the Xerneas and the Geomancy would end the game, I think.
He switches back the Kyogre, I guess he wants to reset the weather.
Yes.
And he brings in a Ferrothorn.
That Void will land on one. He needs to land on the Xerneas most importantly.
Actually, it's more important that at this point, if he lands on the Groudon, but not the Xerneas, if the Xerneas just set up the Geomancy.
He's locked down by the Ferrothorn.
The Ferrothorn could just Gyro Ball and
no misses. Farman rolling the dice, getting the rolls. And both of Melvin's Pokemon will take their first turn of sleep.
Interestingly, that Farman actually, I believe one of the PCs, the first PC he won, he also won using a Geomancy Smeargle, right?
The first PC he won was with Geomancy Smeargle, yes.
Yeah. Farman actually likes using Smeargle quite a fair bit.
Smeargle has been one of his signature runs for a while.
I believe also in the Nationals last year as well.
It was 4 or 5 years since Farman discovered his love for Smeargle. Just that his stats haven't... Just that, you know, when he didn't have double to abuse, his stats were a lot more interesting. Right?
But Smeargle was actually... in this meta, it actually fares really well because of the really awkward speed tiers.
That's true.
You want to run bulky, but you also want to make sure that your primals outspeeds Smeargle.
Oh, Groudon takes the second turn of sleep. And Xerneas will wake up and fires the Moonblast into the
probably the Kyogre
Is he going to get a special attack draw? No, no special attack
draw.
draw.
Ball will pick up a 2-hit KO unless it's a bulky variant.
1-hit KO. No, 2-hit KO in fact.
Yeah.
So not a fully invested Ferrothorn. Or maybe there's a bulky Xerneas.
Actually, it's a... Yeah, unless it's +2. Actually, Xerneas, a bulky, a max defensive Xerneas actually can...
The base doesn't change. It's still 150.
No. If the Xerneas doesn't invest speed, then it's actually...
Oh yeah, actually we saw Groudon go before the Xerneas.
Yeah.
So it's a good chance that Xerneas is bulky.
It's probably a bulky Xerneas. And... wow, he just goes for the Xerneas.
Yeah, so at this point, I think the rules hoping that Farman misplays that doesn't Gyro Ball into that slot.
But the thing that could happen now is that if the Xerneas actually the Gyro Ball is just gonna pick up the KO.
Yeah. Unless he mistargeted, no, they will pick up the KO on Xerneas, and Groudon just could not wake up in time.
Actually, for this turn, if he just went for the Moonblast Tree onto the Kyogre, probably be a better play.
Yeah, pick up the KO.
Pick up the KO and
buy some time for Groudon to wake up.
Once Groudon wakes up,
yeah, it will be Groudon against Ferrothorn.
And Groudon definitely has a much better...
Oh, Groudon does go, does his play clear the Kyogre, which means the Farman kind of needs to stall the Groudon out with Leech Seed.
He doesn't have to, he has a Smeargle in the back.
That still needs double to hit though. Or I suppose he could transform into it?
He could, but...
No power with
Actually, with a... Yeah.
Oh, I suppose he could not fake out, but then fake out to protect.
I think the safest play is just go for Dark Void. 80%. 80% still a decent chance.
Yes.
Yeah. The question is, does the Groudon have Fire Punch?
We've seen only Breathless Blades and Rock Slide.
Oh, that's probably a Protect.
Kind of saw Star Fake out, I think. Definitely.
But
no, but Farman goes for the question mark play.
Of course, the risk here is if he went for a Protect and he went for a Transform.
Yes, definitely.
And Moody, special attack increase. Defense fell.
No accuracy modifier.
No speed drop at least.
Yes, so 80% is still 80%.
So let's see.
80%. Melvin taking time to choose a move. 80%. Well, it does land. Alright.
So the first game will go to Farman.
How it could miss?
Well, even if it did miss, there's still the sleeping turns, I guess.
Yeah. So he needs to land the Power Whip here.
And
he does it. Power Whip lands. We are going to game 2 with Farman up 1-0. Really riding the Dark Void rolls a bit. I suppose the problem is that Melvin really didn't handle the Smeargle either.
And to be honest, Magic Code is actually not the best counter to.
Because you still lose one Pokemon to sleep.
You need not that you lose one Pokemon to sleep, but it's a one-trick pony. Like the next round, I don't think Farman is just going to fire off Dark Voids that quickly once he sees the Togekiss. And Scarf Smeargle has a lot of other options that it can do as well.
Yes, definitely. And Melvin has no idea what the options are because Farman only pressed Dark Void so far. I suppose Melvin could point to the fact that when he bounced Dark Void missed the Smeargle, which could have gone a long way, definitely helping him. Was allow you to come back in later in the game without.
The other problem also with Magic Code is Dark Void might actually miss the Magic Code user,
yes.
Which means that you have a sleeping Pokemon on the side and you just told the opponent, hey, I have Magic Code. Yeah. So now we know that Melvin's counter to Dark Void is Magic Code. We'll see what Farman chooses to lead. Will he choose?
And whether Melvin chooses to adjust as well. We didn't see Melvin's own Smeargle.
Of course, playing with Smeargle is literally just rolling dice.
Yeah, I suppose only if Melvin really feels he has nothing to lose, then maybe he wants to go for the Scout Smeargle.
So we're on to round 2 now. So let's see what they lead with.
I mean, if Farman chooses to over-adjust and bring something else, and Melvin brings Scarf Smeargle instead.
So
yeah, we do see Kangas Smeargle.
Probably a Scarf Smeargle.
Yes. And we do have the same leads from Farman.
The question is, does Melvin's own Smeargle carry Magic Codes or Crafty Shield?
If you're assuming that it is Scarf, that would definitely be a very bold play to make.
I believe he has ran like Scarf Taunt before as well.
Yes, yes. And I think Scarf Fake Out will actually get a jump on Talonflame's Quick Guard.
Yeah, it will have it will be faster than Talonflame's Quick Guard, provided that Farman's own Smeargle doesn't have its own Fake Out.
Oh, that's true. And it comes down to speed die again.
Yeah.
Mansa Mega Evolves, no switches coming out. Does Melvin take the sleep and try to wake up early, or is he going to go for the offensive option?
So
we does see the Scarf
Fake Out onto the Smeargle.
We don't know whether it's. Yes, we do see Scarf Fake Out come out.
Oops.
Won't dodge the Quick Guard.
And I'm guessing there's going to be a double edge to kill the Smeargle in this turn. A low kick.
Melvin doesn't want to take any more recoil than necessary. Takes out the Smeargle very early. Though he's now in a position where he's stuck with a Scarf Lock Smeargle, which Farman can take advantage of.
So now we have a Kyogre. But the problem now is that Melvin actually doesn't have Groudon in the back.
Yes.
So there's a chance that Farman might just won't be able to fire off the Water Spout as easily as he would want to.
Yeah, and the Smeargle switch is very obvious. And of course, the obvious switch is Groudon.
Of course, what could happen is that Farman could just go for Brave Bird and Ice Beam into the Smeargle slot. He has nothing to lose with that actually.
Yeah, unless he wants to pick up the Kangaskhan, but I don't think Kangaskhan goes down to Brave Bird and Ice Beam.
On top of that, Kangaskhan isn't exactly the biggest threat because once you get rid of the Groudon, his Kyogre can easily just fire off the Water Spout and do a reasonable amount of damage.
Melvin making the easy switch.
It is the Groudon switch.
And even if Farman does call it, the Groudon is still not going to go down. Barring, of course, a crit from either hit.
But I believe Farman's Talonflame is the life orb, which means that it's probably invested into offense. And he does predict the switch, and he switches out himself.
Ferrothorn though, in the sun.
Into Ferrothorn.
I was calling an attack from Kangaskhan, hoping
Probably
to catch,
the double H, I guess.
hoping to catch some Iron Blast recoil.
Double H.
Yeah,
Goes
just
onto
go
the Ferrothorn. Iron Barbs. Do we see the Rocky Helmet?
I think we saw leftovers just now.
Oh, it's leftovers.
Yeah.
So you get recoil damage and Iron Barbs damage.
Yep. And Ferrothorn will recover with that.
Let's see what the Talonflame does this turn.
I don't think this is break for Tailwind.
Oh, it's a Tailwind.
Yeah, he Tailwinded this.
But a Tailwind is kind of useless for Ferrothorn.
He still needs to get rid of Groudon before Kyogre can come in safely. And I don't think he really... And I suppose the one he wants to sack at this point is the Talonflame.
Actually, his Groudon, the Groudon hasn't revealed a fire type move yet, right?
No. Yeah, he hasn't revealed a fire type move yet.
So the Ferrothorn actually could
No, I think we're going to see a Protect Breaker into a Kanga, trying to get Talonflame off the field. But then... Oh, Sucker Punch. Oh, Flare Blade from Talonflame, yeah. In the start, he should pick up a KO on Kangaskhan.
And I think you're going to see a Rock Slide from...
Would he, really? I don't think Melvin wants to kill Talonflame, because he just gives Kyogre a free switch in.
It's true.
I think we're going to see the Fire Attack this turn. Yeah, he actually goes for Precipice Blades.
It suggests that he might not even have the Fire Attack with that.
Either that or maybe calling a Kyogre switch in, but I think you're right. He may not carry a Fire Attack.
I believe that Melvin also has ever run substitute Groudon before.
That's true.
Okay, so we see a Xerneas and Groudon. Xerneas is not going to like the
Sun Booster Flare Blades.
Of course, and you're not going to like the Garbo either.
Very awkward position for Xerneas. I'm actually surprised he brought Xerneas again, considering how...
I think he doesn't want to bring his Smeargle in also, because a Brave Bird would definitely
pick up the KO,
the KO onto the Scarf. And the Tailwind is still up as well, so Gyro Ball actually might not do as much damage this time as well.
Yeah, it's going to be nerfed, definitely. Since Ferrothorn will be sitting, I think, at 44, which will lower the damage of Gyro Ball down by...
Actually, the Tailwind on Farmer's side didn't really benefit him that much.
Yeah, it only hurts him at this point.
Other than because his Ferrothorn is going to be slower regardless of whether the Tailwind is up or not.
But Talonflame does actually switch out, not wanting to go for the the Sun Booster Flare Blades. And Kyogre is kind of risking free damage here. I say that's what Protect
Xerneas goes for the Protect.
Well, from the Onslaught.
I think he's probably worried about a potential Fire type move from Groudon.
Yeah, Rock Slide into the...
It's going to do just a little bit.
Only going to land on Feral, missing the Kyogre.
And it's just a chip damage.
And Ferrothorn actually flinches.
But this one,
yeah, Farman got Kyogre in for free.
Is this the last one on Tailwind?
Yes. And Kyogre called him for free.
This doesn't really look good for Melvin.
So just unable to protect. So if he wants to preserve it, he needs to sack the Smeargle for the Xerneas. Which he does not choose to. Preserves the Groudon. But suppose if he's bulky Xerneas, he should hang on.
There's another option, which is that the Smeargle might transform to change the weather.
Oh.
And we see a Moonblast.
He needs a special attack drop, didn't get it. And Gyro Ball will finish off the Xerneas. Took a lot of damage from the Water Spot.
Now to see if the
Tailwind does run out, so Smeargle will be the fastest thing on the field now.
He has the option of transforming, of course. But the problem also is that Farman actually does have a switch.
Yeah, he has a Talonflame at the back
as well. So even if he does transform, of course the other option is to just click down void and hope for the best.
Which is what Farman did last game. Whether or not Melvin follows suit, we shall see. A very similar position, just that this time is on Melvin's side of the field. So if he transforms, he wants to transform into his own Groudon, right?
Yeah, he wants to get the weather back in his control. So the double protect. I think he's just scouting out what Melvin wants to do with
Oh, but let's go for transform.
into the Groudon. Yes.
So Melvin now getting Scarf Precipice Blades on deck.
And Scarf Rock Slide.
Oh yes, and Scarf Rock Slide.
So actually the best move for him now is to run one Pre-Blade and one Rock Slide. So whether Talonflame comes in or is dead. And if he does run a Scarf Rock Slide, there's a finish chance as well.
Yes. And he just revealed Fire Punch as well, so we now know the Groudon's full moveset. Farman, well, walking right into the transform play.
But of course what he can do now is that
Switch Kyogre out.
switch Kyogre out. Probably wants to switch Kyogre out, maybe sack his Talonflame.
But unfortunately, I think he'll end up sacking both. Because at this point, Melvin's just going to Rock Slide Fire Punch.
Unless he goes for double protect, of course.
Oh yes, he could go for double protect on Ferrothorn. Which might be his only out. He can't play in the sun. He cannot win the game in the sun. Not with two full health Groudon staring him in the face.
And one of them is Scarfed as well.
One of them is Scarf. Scarf Rock Slide. Back for another year.
So you see the Talonflame switch in.
Yeah, he just go for the double. He gets it actually.
He gets a double protect. So he actually does have a chance now.
Yes, he now has a chance.
So the Rock Slide will be enough to KO the...
Unless it misses, now it hits. More than enough.
4x.
And now we know he's locked himself into Scarf Rock Slide. As well he should. Scarf Rock Slide is...
Scarf Rock Slide probably is his best play because of the flinch chance as well.
And yeah,
Fire Punch and...
But now we're going to see the weather change back into the rain.
We also haven't seen whether his Groudon is faster than the Kyogre at the moment, right?
Yeah, we haven't.
So this will be useful information if it does go into the third round. Of course,
Now this Ferrothorn could potentially Leech Seed his way to victory, given the right rolls.
Once the Kyogre goes down,
it's free to Fire Punch.
It's free to Fire Punch. Of course, what Farman could do is to just Leech Seed everything and stall using a Metro Protect.
Yeah. No protect from Kyogre. Rock Slide misses
Rock Slide.
But it will hit the Kyogre.
And do we see a flinch?
Actually flinching as well. Oh, but Kyogre is faster. It will land. Kyogre won't go down. It's going to be Ferrothorn against the wall. Not good in Ferrothorn's favor. A single target Precipice Blade at this point is going to be enough to KO anyway.
So let's see. Looks like Melvin will take this game. But Farman now knows that his own Kyogre is actually slower than his Groudon. We probably suggest the Groudon is probably a fast variant as well.
I suppose from the damage we saw earlier as well. The damage he took from Power Wave. Farman will forfeit since Ferrothorn doesn't want to eat the Fire Punch. And we are moving to a game 3.
And
Farman decisive swing.
Farman also now knows that the full moveset of Melvin's Groudon. That's pretty useful information for him.
And almost the full moveset of Melvin's Smeargle as well. Fake out Dark Void, transform and taunt, I guess.
Destiny Bond.
Destiny Bond.
It could run any number of moves actually.
That's the beauty of Smeargle.
There's also a bunch of other crazy moves you could run as well, like I don't know, Final Gambit.
Not Smeargle, not with 25 base HP.
Of course not. But Final Gambit is something useful if you want to just a free switch in and
yeah. In this case, I think Memento is better.
Memento
will probably be better. Or even what's the thing, Lunar Dance?
Oh, Lunar Dance, yeah.
Alright, no time taken at all. Both players know what they want to use. We're jumping right into the decisive game 3 to see who moves on to the final of this Premier Challenge. Melvin needs to move on to the final.
So is it Smeargle Kangaskhan?
Farman knows it is Scarf.
And
Talonflame Smeargle.
Talonflame Smeargle again. No, of course there's an option where Smeargle goes for the fake out this turn.
In which case it's probably going to be a speed tie.
As he could go for the fake out on the opponent's Kangaskhan and just go for the Brave Bird to deal with the Smeargle at the first turn.
Oh, Kangaskhan goes for the fake out in inner focus, in fact. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Melvin does win the speed tie and will get Dark Void off.
Well, this looks really bad for Smeargle, I guess.
But does Smeargle avoid? No, Smeargle takes the Dark Void and will take his first turn of sleep, but it's gonna go down to anything Kangaskhan throws out next.
But this time, Talonflame does have a chance of waking up the first turn as well.
Yes, his both of them took their first turns of sleep. So both no, hold on. Talonflame has not taken his first turn of sleep actually. It flinched.
Oh, it flinched.
Yeah. Actually, no, what on earth did he go for? Oh, he went for Brave Bird.
It went for Brave Bird.
Yeah.
I see.
So Terraflame can't wake up. Smeagol can, but we expect Melvin to be focusing on the Smeagol this time.
And this also suggests that Farman's Smeagol probably doesn't carry Fake Out.
Yeah, or he might have tried it.
But if he tried it, then the Fake Out would have gone off anyway.
No.
So you see the Xerneas, which is free to just quickly set up its own
Barring, of course, Farman's Smeagol getting a
one
turn
turn
with
sleep.
under sleep.
And
Terraflame takes his first turn of sleep. Can Smeagol wake up? No.
Smeagol doesn't wake up.
Smeagol takes a second turn of sleep, and Kangasan should pick it off with low kick. So Melvin prioritizing the Smeagol again, not wanting to deal with Dark Void. And it's definitely a strategy that served him well in game 2. As Terraflame is going to have to try and fish pretty much to get Tailwind up to match.
I probably will see the Ferroton. Oh, is it Kyogre? Interesting.
So maybe he didn't break the Ferroton if this is the case. Since we really want Ferroton in that situation. So I think Farman's really going to be hoping to wake up and Tailwind at this point to match the Xerneas. Or you just go for the Brave Bird and Water Spout and hope to get off the attack.
Actually, a Brave Bird and a Water Spout after Geomancy.
No, but the Kangasan's gonna...
Assuming damage chip from the Kangaskhan might not be enough actually.
Not, yeah, Kangasan's probably gonna bring the Kyogre down to at least half. And unfortunately, Terraflame does not wake up. So, Sleep coming back to bite Farman in this game 3.
So
Kangasan will damage
into Kyogre. Kyogre might run Origin Pulse. And he gets
He really hopes to be running on Neutral at this point. As no, Geomancy goes before the Kyogre as well, so even if Origin Pulse does come out, it's not going to do a lot. Less than half Xerneas. The bulky Kyogre coming back to haunt Farman a bit. So I think this is finally going to be the game in this set that gets decided by the Geomancy Xerneas.
And of course, there's a potential of a crit.
Goes for Kangaskhan instead.
Oh, and he reviews the carry score and not Origin Pulse.
Yes. So we also know Kyogre's full moveset, Water Spout, Ice Beam, Score, and Protect. But Groudon will change weather to the sun. The Melvin still has freedom of a switch, so the weather is not locked in at this point.
And on top of that, the sun actually can benefit Terraflame by Flare Blitz. Although the Rock Slide would definitely pick up the KO on the
both of them really. Yeah.
Both of them at this point of time.
Yeah.
And Melvin can just go for Protect on the Xerneas just to block the...
Actually, do you think Moonblast KOs Terraflame already? I think it does.
Rock Slide definitely will KO. Moonblast...
Yes, but as pointed out, Protect is very safe.
Protect is probably the safest move.
Yeah.
Protect and the Rock Slide.
And unfortunately for Farman, Terraflame could just stay asleep anyway. Farman really stuck in a very precarious position. Without Tailwind, Kyogre kinda has to protect. Kinda has to protect and fish for Tailwind. And if you have Ferroton on the back, then the Tailwind doesn't do Ferroton any good at all.
Actually, at this point in time, I think a Tailwind is futile in a sense. It's probably better to just
get the Brave Bird, yeah.
Get a Brave Bird up and try to do as much damage as you can.
Xerneas, oh, he does go wake up. He does go for the Tailwind.
Instead of the Flare Blitz.
But Xerneas did not protect. So Dazzling Gleam and whatever Groudon comes out.
And probably Rock Slide.
Yeah.
Fire Punch
into the Kyogre slot.
Okay.
Or printing the Ferroton switch in.
But interesting because at this point in time, with Tailwind up, it means that the Terraflame is the fastest thing.
And Flare Blitz Xerneas in the sun.
Of course, if
it'll kill itself if recoil.
It'll kill itself if recoil, and Melvin. And Melvin might actually
it's like his Smeagol.
Ooh.
But no, Xerneas is not switching out. I think he's gonna protect.
Oh, into a Ferroton.
Oh, he does himself with Flare Blitz.
Definitely bulky enough. But
Terraflame goes down, and if Groudon goes for Fire Punch again this game, it's pretty much sealed.
Dazzling Gleam would just do a bit of chip
target, yeah, good amount. 40%.
And Fire Punch.
Yeah. So that should seal the game. Xerneas gonna be faster than Kyogre, even under Tailwind, and will finish off the game. So Farman riding South Smeagol in game 1. Melvin decided he had enough of that. Stopped Smeagol in his tracks very early in both game 2 and game 3. And allowed him to carry him to victory. So Melvin will move on to the final.
Of course, the thing about Farman's lead is that after the game one, you realize it's pretty predictable.
Yeah.
He seems that he's always leading with his Talonflame and his Smeargle as well.
It's a very strange he didn't adjust. Like he didn't even bring Xerneas at any point at this time.
And a protect. I'm not sure what's that for though. And a very weak water sprout out there.
Oh my. I've never seen anything do that much damage to Smeargle. Maybe faint from something.
So perhaps this time the Smeargle can just go for a follow me and...
Melvin just pretending Farman, I can just change the weather back to sun. So Melvin will pick up the win, moves on to the final of the Premier Challenge.
So
I know he needs to win to get any championship points in fact.
Yeah, and who is his
Yoko, I believe.
So we basically have the first and the third top players in the Asia Pacific region facing off each other.
I believe that is the case, right? Yoko, right? Yeah, it's Yoko.
So it should prove to be a pretty interesting match.
Melvin needs to win to get championship points. Whereas Yoko is still going to collect some points even if she does finish second. Because she still hasn't really hit her best finish limit for Premier Challenges.
But if Yoko wins Melvin this round, does she actually get more points to be able to
overtake? Not enough. But it does mean that Melvin gets no points at all, despite going all the way to the final. Such is the position of first in APAC. So we're going to move on to the finals, since both players are ready. And it will be a final pit between Melvin K and Yoko Haguma. So stay tuned. Alright, so we will see you next time. Stay tuned, and well, the winner was someone.